I used to believe that the Holocaust was definitely a bad thing. But now, thanks to the PragerU video, If There Is No God, Murder Isn't Wrong, I've accepted God into my heart, and so have to consider that maybe the Holocaust was an objectively good thing. Now, previously, my secular values meant I viewed the mass extermination of a people by industrial means as a bad thing. But that's just, like, my opinion. Like Dennis Prager says.
In a secular world, there can only be opinions about morality. They may be personal opinions or society's opinions, but only opinions.
So my previous opinion that the Shoah was wrong, or bad, or evil is just an opinion, and that's no good, is it? So in order to say it's objectively wrong, I've realized I need to accept God. So I have, but here's the thing. I'm not sure what God thinks of it. One of the things that Prager said in his video was,
only if there is a God who says murder is murder wrong?
And let's say God has said that. You might think that clears up the whole Holocaust issue, but it doesn't actually tell us that much, because then you have to deal with what murder is. Murder, by definition, is wrong, isn't it? If that's all we're getting from God, it doesn't help all that much. The really useful stuff is, when does God say killing is murder or not? To put it simply, in the words of Dennis Prager,
there is moral killing, most obviously when done in self-defense against an aggressor, and there is immoral killing, and the word for that is murder.
Now, I'd personally say that during the Holocaust, the Jews were absolutely murdered. But that's just my opinion. And I don't know every little detail of the Holocaust or understand every little bit of it. You know who does? God. God knows everything. And it's up to him, and only him, to judge whether this is moral or immoral killing. I could try to extrapolate from other things God said, but then that really does just come down to my opinion and my personal interpretation again. What I need is God's direct judgment on this event. And because I don't have that, I need to take back my condemnation of the Shoah. Thank you, PragerU, for convincing me that no human being really knows for sure, objectively, whether the Holocaust was good or bad, so we should reserve our judgment. I mean, as Dennis Prager's explained in the past, the sixth commandment is
probably the least well understood of the 10 Commandments.
After all, no matter how perfect God's judgment is, we're imperfect. We have to interpret his judgment and try to get close to it. We're going to screw up. And with something as serious as genocide, I really don't think I'm qualified to make that call. So, the first thing I want to say as a fresh convert to Judaism is, Hitler, I'm sorry, and I apologize for everything I've ever said about Nazi Germany. Only God can judge you. But, as usual, that's just another one of my harmful opinions.